Hello and welcome back to whatever this is in slightly better quality because I have a real microphone now. Look at me go. So today I thought we'd take I say quick little, um, a look at my video game collection. I'm mostly going to be going through my physical games with some light mentions of my digital games for the funsies. But yeah, let's get started. So the way this is going to go, I'm going to go through my home consoles first and talk about them in the order that I've put them up in, which should be a rough chronological order, but we shall see. So first things first, my PC games. Now, why I have these? I don't know. Kind of cool, kind of fun. Why not? The Half-Life ones in particular, it's Half-Life. It is the most influential PC game of all time. Had to kind of get that. We love Half-Life. I also believe I have the DLC disc as well. Got them both at a charity shop in Gosport of all places. I can't remember for the life of me how much it cost, but they weren't very expensive. And then we have my PS1 collection, and also if you see me look up here, it's because the shelf is up there, and so I'm trying to look at what I've got. Anyways, so PS1 collection. Probably the most and probably the only kind of game, like actual um PS1 game that anyone cares about is Resident Evil 2, which I got as a gift from my stepdad, and I can't remember why. I think it was for like good behavior or something. Um, but yeah, other than that, I have a couple other PS1 games I picked up at car boot sales, charity shops. But yeah, other than that, pretty much nothing. Yeah, I don't really collect PS1 games because I don't know that many that I enjoy. I'm just not as in touch with the PS1 library as I'd like to be. Anyway, that brings us swiftly on to PS2. I technically have N64 games, but they're also technically not mine. So I do have a couple N64 games. You know what? No, we'll quickly touch on this. I have a couple N64 games. I have Super Mario Bros. 64 and Smash Bros. 64. The only two you will ever need in your life. I remember as a child, I was in my dad's flat and I tried to beat the campaign of Super Mario, no, Smash Bros. 64. And I got pretty far. That's all I can say. I got pretty far. And then, yeah, I remember sweating my tits off because I got, oh, sorry, because I got very, very into it. Very, very into it. And it was a very hot day anyway. But yeah, I was a child. I was jumping up and down, thinking that was making me, play better. And then Mario 64, I played some of it. I played a bit on the Super Mario 3D All Stars Collection on Switch. Where else have I played it? I got pretty far in Super Mario Bros. DS, which you will see, of course, later. But yeah, N64, we love her. I've got a lot more of uh affinity for that library. Anyway, now it's on to our PS2 games. Now, it's one of the bigger libraries that I own, despite the fact I have played not very many of them. I have a few key titles. I've got Crazy Taxi, Hitman 2, Red Dead Revolver, um, a few others, I'm sure. A few licensed games which I've heard are good. But most of them are either from when I got given the PS2, which I got given a PS2 Slim for one of my birthdays because my oldest sister, whose birthday is 2 days before mine, she got an Xbox, and I can't remember what I got, but my mum felt a bit guilty, and so she felt a bit guilty that my sister got a console and I didn't, so she got me a PS2. I didn't play it for a good few years because I couldn't figure out how to set it up, but eventually I did. Um, and I've got quite a few games for it. I don't really play them, I hate to say, but I do want to give the library a good go at some point. What else? So then there is the Xbox library. Again, haven't really played much of these games. I played a lot of them through the backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. Um, and so I have played quite a few of them. I've got the GTA games for the Xbox. I've got the Halos, Rainbow Six. That's pretty much it. Tom Tony Hawk's, not Tom Clancy's. Tony Hawk's. I swear this game is cursed. I have found this game twice in my life, and every time I found it, it hasn't come with the disc or hasn't come with the right disc. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm cursed to never play this game, I suppose. Anyway, then we go to my one and only GameCube game, Resident Evil. I found this at a charity shop recently for £5. Does it work? I don't know. I can find out. I have a backwards compatible Wii, but who knows? Um, Then there's Xbox 360 games. Now, this was my console growing up. The Xbox 360 and PS3, I had both. Um, I was never really much of a Wii kid. I know, shocker. Divorced parents, not much of a Wii kid. Who am I? But yeah, Xbox 360, obviously, I played your classics. I played Minecraft. I played Lego Marvel Superheroes. I played Connect Adventures. Maintain that's a great game to this day. Ignore my nails. Um, I've got a few other things. A lot of these have been charity shopped, but stuff like the Halo games, I did get a CX for just a cheap price, and so they're up there too. What else? Terraria. I have never got the hang of Terraria. I know it's a great game, but there is a lot, and I just bought it because it's 2D Minecraft. So whoops. Viva Pinata was, I believe, technically is actually my sister's game, but she doesn't have a 360, so it's mine now. What else? I have Lego Indiana Jones and Kung Fu Panda combo disc. Sure. Um, Final Fantasy 13 is that? I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I found that in a charity shop and thought, fuck it, I'll take it. Fable 2. I have played quite a bit of Fable 2. I do very much like it. I need to get back into Fable with the new game coming out. But yeah, Xbox 360 was my bloody console, and I love it to death. I've got a few of the Assassin's Creeds as well. I have Alan Wake because I absolutely love Remedy games. Well, Remedy games. I love Control. And I wanted to try some of the other Remedy games, and they don't. Alan Wake, I've got the PC remaster, and it doesn't really click for me yet, but we'll see. There's still time. What else have I got? I can't actually see because there's some stuff blocking it, but if I can't remember it, it's probably not good enough to mention. And if there is something good enough to mention, you'll hear editing me cut in shortly, I'm sure. This is going a lot quicker than I thought it would because I thought this would go on just as long as the music stuff, but I guess because I'm going by console and giving some highlights, I guess it's kind of shorter. Um, PS3. Now, this is the console I have the biggest affinity for, I think. Um, I love the PS3. It's my favorite console, I think. So many good games. I've got the two. Two out of the three good Skylanders games. I've got Giants and Trap Team. I think Swap Force and Trap Team are the two quintessential games you have to play. What else have I got? I've got a few of the Call of Duties. I've got those as steelbooks because I saw them on Vinted for cheap, and so I bought them. I have Batman Arkham Asylum. I remember my older sister used to play that on my PS3. Oh no, she brought it over, I think, and let me keep it. And then she used to bring Assassin's Creed over, and I used to share a room with my sister when she would come over. Um, but yeah, anyway, so my older sister, she used to bring Assassin's Creed over because she didn't live with us in our household. But yeah, she used to bring Assassin's Creed over, and she would play it at night. And because we had like a sofa bed, she'd sleep in our room. And so yeah, we play at night. She would play at night, and I would stay up and watch. And so that was a little siblingy thing, I suppose. Devil May Cry HD collection. That was something I bought when I first started game collecting. Um, because yeah, I remember I sold. What did I sell? I sold a few things. I sold a few games. I sold. I tried to sell my PSP, my original blue one, but that didn't go through because the battery wouldn't stay in place. Whoops. So I ended up taking that apart, trying to fix it, and then never managing to fix it. So I binned it because that's responsible. Oh well. I've got two PSPs now. I've got my white one and my black one. My black one is modded, and it is an American PSP. I've got the box as well. It came with everything. It was beautiful. My white one, I'm pretty sure I bought off Vinted because it was cheap. I can't actually remember. Anyway, we're going off topic. PSPs, no. Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection was also a very similar story to Devil May Cry HD Collection. I bought that when I very first started game collecting and loved it. Skyrim, I say recently. Skyrim I bought when I first got my PS3 set up at my house previous to this one, so I needed games to play for it. I adored it, sunk hours into it. Then I got it on Switch and sunk even more hours into that. now we get to my favourite part, which is Portal, well, technically the orange box, and Portal 2. I adore Portal. I'd say Portal is one of my top 5 games of all time, probably in my top 3. I adore Portal 1 and 2. I could beat them both for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And I had this fixation since I was about 7, 7, maybe even younger. I remember watching Blitzwinger, I'm pretty sure the YouTuber's name is. I remember watching their walkthrough of Portal 2 or playthrough of Portal 2 back in the day. I believe I didn't even know there was a Portal 1, which is a little dumb because it's called Portal 2 for a reason. Must mean there's a Portal 1. But I don't even think Blitzwinger knew there was a Portal 1, so whatever. Oh my god, I keep saying I'm trying to stop this. Half-Life 2 I've played as well as part of the Orange Box. I haven't really played TF2 because it doesn't really interest me, but I'm sure I'll give it a shot on PC at some point. I've got a capable enough laptop to run TF2. What else? Little Big Planet. I used to have 1 and 2. I don't know why I don't have 2. I remember how I had 2 copies of either 1 or 2 copies of 2, and I remember selling one of them, but I can't remember. Little Big Planet karting. I remember playing that much. What I do remember playing a lot is the Mod Nation Racers demo that came pre-installed on PS3s. I remember playing that a shit ton, and it was great. Never actually bought Mod Nation Racers, but I probably will because why not? Then we've got I think it's a demo disc for Wheelman. I can never remember. I got it from a few of these games, a few of the PS2 games, and I believe a couple of the PS3 games. I got from this box that my dad got given from his attic at my grandma's. So I got a few of his games. I need to stop umming. So a few of those, not a clue where they've come from. Oh, and final mention, Ride to Hell Retribution, and Ride to Hell Retribution. So I've got that because it's one of the worst rated Metacritic games of all time. It's got the worst fans know. Then I have the Quantic Dream games, so I've got Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Play the remasters. Do not play the PS3 versions. They do not work well. Well, I say they don't work well. The controllers don't work well. I have gone through 3 official PS3 controllers, and none of their motion controls work well. So, shocker. Hardware from 2005 doesn't work well in 2026. God, it's 21 years old. What a day to be alive. Then we've got my Wii collection. Now, most of this is from charity shops. I'm going to be very for real. I love the Wii. I didn't grow up with the Wii, but I had a lot of friends who had Wii, so I played a lot of Wii at friends' houses and stuff. I played much more of the 360 and PS3, especially the 360. I played a lot of my dad's. I remember playing Minecraft 360 edition for the first time, and I didn't know anything about the game, didn't know any of the controls, whatever. I remember making a world, and I didn't know what survival and creative was, and so loaded into what I didn't know was a survival world. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs, getting shot to shit from a skeleton and zombies, not knowing what to do. Then eventually I learned how to make a creative world. I know we're kind of backtracking. I don't care. This is my video. You got complaints? Put them in the comments because I love engagement. Anyway, so I eventually learned how to get into creative. I eventually learned how to get to a creative world, and fell into another issue. I didn't know how to stop flying. So I remember going onto the playground, as you did back in the day. Stop umming, as you did back in the day. And I remember going to my friend. I think it was my friend Erin. Bearing in mind, this was however many years ago, so I could be completely wrong or be impressed because I'm completely right. And I remember asking, how the fuck do you stop flying? And she just goes, just double tap A again. I was like, oh, which obviously was the way to do it. Whoopsies. But yeah, I was a dumb kid. I remember also I had this friend, Jamie, and I I remember believing this undoubtedly as a kid, but Jamie told me about this world that he had made. I think he specified it was a super flat world, and he maintained that he would die of oxygen deprivation because there were no trees. It's not how Minecraft works, Jamie. It's just not. I can't believe I believed you. Ugh, dumb children. Anyways, Wii games. Back to the Wii. I remember playing a lot of Wii games. I believe at my friend Lolly's house. That could be the complete wrong name, but I remember going around to her house a lot, and we used to play Just Dance. And I don't know what it is. I'm not good at Just Dance competitively. On my own, I'm pretty good, but competitively, I never do well. So Ebony, you can delete that comment if you're still here, which I don't assume you are, but you can delete that comment about how shit I am at Just Dance. I'm great at Just Dance. It's just not competitively. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so some highlights include Cooking Mama. I bought that on a whim, and for some reason it's in 4x3 and the motion controls are crap. So, whoopsies. I have 2 of the Call of Duty games released because I find it funny that Call of Duty games were released on the Wii. What else? I've got Mario Kart Wii, Super Mario Bros. Wii, most of the Wii games. I've got Wii Music, Wii Play, Wii Fit Plus. I've got Rayman Origins, which is a good Rayman game. I prefer Legends because it's kind of just an improved version of Origins. I've got Just Dance 2 and 3 because I started getting the Wii U versions after that. Spoiler alert. A few of these games I got mostly from either CEX or Vinted. Some of them came in the bundle that my dad bought because I got my current Wii for my birthday one year, and that was the first console I modded, which is a great milestone, I guess, because now I've modded. Oh my god, excuse me. Ugh. Now I've modded a good few consoles. I've modded my PSP, my PS Vita, and my Oculus Quest. Again, spoiler alert. Anyways, so I got most of those in a bundle. So I got Pirates of the Caribbean in that bundle. I think I got Wii Fit Plus in that bundle as well. I also, UDraw. I got this at a charity shop local to me, and I didn't realize you needed a tablet for it, and so I ended up buying said tablet. Still have it just underneath here, and I used it for a good while. I had my fun with it. It was great. Peak. What else? Super Mario Galaxy. Now, this game I owned brand new because I remember for Christmas a good few years ago, one of my aunts asked, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Hey, I've got this new Wii. I've got this Wii. Can I get Mario Galaxy for it?" And she somehow found, I guess, an Amazon listing that was a reasonable enough price, and so I got the Nintendo Selects version specifically for my Wii, and it was sealed and everything. So I am the only person to ever touch that copy of Super Mario Galaxy, which is very fun. I played a good bit of Super Mario Galaxy. I played it on Wii, I played a touch on Wii U, and then I played a lot on 3D All Stars and Switch as well. I think I've got further in Switch now than I did on my Wii, which is funny, because I remember getting stuck at that fire galaxy where you have to light the 2 um, lanterns to get the star to like lift the gate. I didn't know fireballs bounced on fire, so no wonder I was getting so stuck, because I thought you had to jump forward and like leap and throw the fire and it would like save you. It did not. What else? I've got 2 of the Resident Evil games. I've got Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles and Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. I have Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition because I want to play it at some point because I've heard the controls are great. I have beaten Resident Evil 4 on my Switch. I also have Resident Evil 4 VR, which is a good bit of fun. But yeah, that's it pretty much for the Wii games. I've got a few of the shovelware games. I have Zumba Fitness sealed in box, found at a charity shop for very cheap. Oops, sorry, touched you, my bad. What else? My Sims Kingdom I bought on a recent day out for my darling friend Izzy's birthday. I was out for the birthday. I didn't buy the Wii game for her birthday because that'd be a bit fucked up if I still had it. Anyways, what else? I've got House of the Dead 2 and 3. Light gun games are fun. I now have a memory associated to that. I didn't, but I went to Edinburgh recently to go see Ethel Cain. I know I've managed to shoe her whore. Ooh, I've managed to shoe her more into this video, more than just the shirt. And I went to NQ64, which is an arcade bar. This is like a chain. There's a good few, and I played House of the Dead, and it was great. What else? Now, Wii U. Wii U. I am a Wii U defender. I love the Wii U. I don't think you should have brought it brand new. I think that's a bit stupid. But secondhand, they're pretty good. They're really nice to mod. There's a good bit of homebrew you can do. Oh my god, I didn't for ages. Anyway, I love the Wii U unapologetically. The games are fun. My 2DS, spoiler alert, is one of my favorite consoles, and to have something to play games with my 2DS, specifically the Smash Brothers, is great. And it was like, I hate to say it, but like Wii U, PS4, and Xbox One, which of course are the three next consoles to come. I look back on it thinking, fuck, that was the last good era of gaming before it went to RAM crises and price increases. Because, God forbid I have a hobby, and now no more physical discs, which is kind of why I wanted to do this, to show, hey, physical discs are great, you should start a game collection, it's a good bit of fun. What else? So anyways, Wii U games. Wii U games. I didn't say that to the mic. I'm really good at this. I am still learning to use this, by the way, so please do excuse anything. There is even a chance that I just end up using the audio from the camera anyway, so this is just a prop. But anyway, I've got a couple of the just dances. I've got Mario 3D World. The first Wii U game I ever got was New Super Mario Bros. U plus Luigi U, and I bought that at a charity shop for a $5. Now, I didn't have a Wii U at that point, but I did have a job, so I bought it. Now, it doesn't work. Oopsies. But oh well. What else do I got? I've got a few of the other Mario games. I've got Mario Maker, 3D Land, or 3D World, I should say. 3D Land's a 3DS game. I've got Smash Brothers Wii U, Resident Evil Revelations. That's pretty much it out of the notable things. I might have forgotten that. A few. But anyways, now PS4 games. They're kind of split up because I need to make room on my game shelf, and I have this little shelf, again, not to mention my older sister even more, but then my older sister got me for my birthday one year. And that's where most of my PS4 games go, because that's like my kind of shelf for putting games on that I really, really want to play, that I want to currently play, or I am currently playing. So I've got Crash Insane Trilogy. I really wanted that for a good while, so I bought it. I've got Little Big Planet 3 and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Those were the two biggest games I wanted for the PS4, even though Little Big Planet 3 technically is a PS3 game. Watch Dogs I really want to play because it is incredibly relevant, that word. Until Dawn, I have watched a ton of content over, edits, gameplay, you name it, I've watched it. So I want to play it because I love my decision-making games. One PS4 game that I technically have but don't have on PS4, I've got Detroit Become Human on PC, and I've beaten it. I say beaten it. I haven't 100%ed it because I don't think any being on this mortal plane can beat 100% Detroit Become Human. There are way too many endings, but I have beaten it. Almost everybody lived. Go me. What else? Last of Us Remastered. I have Last of Us Remastered, even though I already have Last of Us on PS3, because Remastered just looks and runs a lot better. What else? Horizon I really want to play because I love my open world games, but yeah, whatever. Now we've got Xbox One games. I don't have many. A lot of them I have digitally. Anyways, so Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and a bunch of the Call of Duties. Haven't played most of the Call of Duties. Whatever. Well, no, I've beaten Modern Warfare 1 and 2, I think, but I've got Modern Warfare 3, the Steelbook, but I don't have the game because the game is shit. Anyways, I've also got Portal on there, which was how I first beat the game, I'm pretty sure. No, I beat it on PS3, but I've beaten it several times on my Xbox as well. I don't have Portal 2 on my Xbox though, so clearly I'm doing something wrong with my life. I've got a few arcade games on there as well. I've got, I think, Mega Man Legacy Collection. I've got the I've got like Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig Dug. I've got what else? I've got Cult of the Lamb. That's how I initially started playing it, and then I beat Cult of the Lamb on Xbox. I have it on Switch with the Wallhaven DLC, but I have not beaten that yet. I haven't beaten the base game yet, and I really want to because I really want to get to the Wallhaven DLC, but gotta be the main game first. So that's that for consoles, I'm pretty sure. Again, if I have any notes, I'll just add it in editing. Now that I've got my microphone, now that I've got my pretty little microphone. Anyways, now onto the DS games. Now, oh no, we'll go for Game Boy games next. I've got, because that's how I meant to be doing this. So I've got a good few. I've got both the Super Mario Lands, other than Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land, which I think was a I think that was a Game Boy game. I can't really remember. I've got that. Obviously, I've got Tetris. Link's Awakening. I love Link's Awakening. That was one of the first games I bought at a retro game shop that wasn't CEX. And now that retro game shop is now just a card shop, which is really depressing. So, I love Link's Awakening. Got really far into it. And then the battery died. So, retro gaming is so fun. Then I started playing it on the Nintendo Switch not virtual console, the Nintendo Switch Online Game Boy app thingy, Bob. Started playing it on there, but I want to play it on the Game Boy, so I might just get DX at some point and then play it on there. What else have I got? I've got Wave Race, which I didn't take in that first clip because that's currently my Game Boy Advance SP. As for Game Boy Advance games, I don't have many. I've got the original Super Mario Brothers, I've got Namco Museum, I have Mario Kart Super Circuit, and I have Finding Nemo, because that is one of the first games I ever played. That is far from the version that I played. I don't know where that version is. Who knows where that version is? I don't. So, yeah, beautiful. Love my little collection of Game Boy games. I want to get more into it. I do love the Game Boy. I vastly prefer portables, which you can probably tell by my collection. But yeah. Anyways, so now DS games. DS was my shit. Love the DS. I think it was the first console I ever played because I played Yoshi's Island, I believe, on a DS, or it was a Game Boy Color, an Atomic Purple one. Can't really remember, but I remember it was one of those. A good chunk of these I've got from charity shops because I can't pass up a DS game. Like My Smoking Coach. Why wouldn't I have that? A few of them, including I also got my pink DS. When I got that, I got it from my stepdad's side of the family. It was my birthday present one year, and I got a little hamper with the DS, carrying case with a wrist strap and spare styli, and a good few games. And so a good few of those games are from there. Now, I have a little collection within this collection, that is the Touch Generations titles. There isn't much point in collecting them. A lot of the Touch Generations titles, so they're basically games that are simpler or games that are more casual friendly. So, but even then, there's not really any kind of like link between them. Like there's like Brain Training, which makes sense. Then there's Elite Beat Agents, and even then, some the different territories have different Touch Generations titles. So doesn't really make sense. But anyway, I want to do that little collection. Did I get Tetris DS recently? I think. No, that's still on my list. I want Tetris DS, but it's kind of expensive for what it is, so I haven't bought it yet. I have Tetris Party Deluxe. That's all I need. Toy Story 3 I picked up recently because that's a DS game I remember playing as a child, and I remember liking it, and I remember hearing that Toy Story 3 is a relatively well looked upon licensed kids game, so I thought, oh, I'll buy it just for nostalgia's sake. What else have I got? I've got a lot of the Nintendo first party stuff. I've got Super Mario 64 DS, not in a case. Any that aren't in a case, I bought second hand, and they were significantly cheaper second hand without a case. So I bought it without a case. Looking back, should have just not bought anything. I have Tingle's Balloon Fight, I think, is the Japanese import, which is a Club Nintendo game, I believe. Anyway, whatever Japanese game that is, I got that from a friend in secondary school who might be watching this. Hi, Oliver. It's mine now. You can't have it back. What else have I got? I've got a bunch of the Professor Layton games. I've got Nintendogs. I bought the one where you can have the pug from the start because you girl likes a pug. What else? I think that's pretty much it for Nintendo games. Yeah. Oh, Nintendo? For DS games, not even for Nintendo games. Then I have my PSP games. I technically grew up with the PSP. I grew up with Sonic Rivals. I do not remember anything about the game other than trying to play it once and not really doing well. That's all I remember. I don't even have Sonic Rivals anymore. I don't even have many PSP games anymore. I have modded it so I can very legally buy the game and back it up. But for games I have that I actively enjoy on there, Coded Arms, I can't remember why I got that. I'm pretty sure it came with my PSP or I bought it at a car boot sale. Star Wars, Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, I bought because I thought, wow, the console game on the go, that's great, that's cool. I recognized it. I think that was charity shopped. PlayStation Network Collection, I bought because I thought that's fucking cool. I was in Fairham. I bought Sackboy's Big Adventure. I was there for a friend's birthday. Hi, Izzy, if you're watching this. And yeah, I bought those both while waiting for my darling friend and lavender wife Ebony to come pick me up. So I bought Sackboy Big Adventure and PlayStation Network Collection Puzzle Pack. I think it's Puzzle Pack because I thought it was cool because it shows the transitionary period between the physical game ruling with an iron fist and then it's starting to wane between the PS3 and the PS4, PSP and PS Vita, between those two kind of eras. So I bought it because of that, because and funnily enough, they've now discontinued or have planned to discontinue physical games, Sony. So I find it funny that I bought something that signifies the embrace of physical with digital at a time where that is becoming less and less. So I guess it was a premonition. I just saw it coming. Obviously not. Anyways, now we come to my 3DS games. I have Pokemon Moon, which is the only which is the only Pokemon game that I have sunk any kind of time into. Not much, mind you. I have a Pokemon DS game. I forgot which one it was, but I got it because a friend gave it to me. I don't know who it was. A friend gave it to me. The sticker was peeled off, and so they didn't know what game it was. So like, hey, you can have this. So I think it's Pokemon White, Black, Crystal, Platinum, something like that. Can't really remember. Then I've got Super Mario 3D Land because it's a Mario game. I had to have it. I do really want to get a new 3DS. Not a new 3DS XL, a new 3DS. A new 3DS. I'm really, really good at speaking. Because I want to experience the 3D. Because I have a 2DS. Because I just wasn't loved enough, was I? So I have a 2DS, which came with Mario Kart 7. And also, play the shit out of Mario Kart 7. Absolutely love that game. Played a lot with my siblings. Then another game. So I got with my 2DS. I know I'm kind of going all over the place. I don't really care. There is no format to this. This is just me ranting at you, and you guys are gonna listen because I don't know. You're masochists. But with my 3DS, I got Mario Kart 7, which came with the 2DS. Then I got bought 2 games because my siblings got bought Kindles. In retrospect, I was very upset that they got bought a Kindle. In retrospect, I got the better deal. So I got New Super Mario Bros. 2, which I've lost the case to, no idea what that is. And I also got Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. And I also got some Amiibo. Small issue, I don't have an Amiibo reader for the DS. Oops. So I now can use it because now I've got a Switch and I've got a Wii U. But I'm hoping when I get my new 3DS, I can finally live the dream of playing Smash Bros. 3DS with my Amiibo. But yeah, I've got a few Amiibo. I'll show them on screen now. I've got Wii Fit Trainer after the fact. I've got Ryu, Shulk, and Pikachu. Those were the ones I got given as a birthday present with Smash Brothers, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I bought Wii Fit Trainer because I fucking love Wii Fit Trainer. That's going to be my Halloween costume this year, spoiler alert. So that's fun. And then all the rest I bought after the fact. I say all the rest if there's many left. The others I bought after the fact. I do want to get more into the 3DS. I absolutely love the 3DS, and I love how it's sold 80 million units. It's by no means low selling console, but it wasn't a very appreciated console, and I do love that it's becoming more appreciated. Don't get me wrong. It's just the value wasn't appreciating so much because your girl wants a new 3DS and doesn't want to pay £300 for a 10-year-old system, 14-year-old system. Jesus. So yeah, that's that. Then I have my PS Vita. I bought this recently. I love the Vita. The Vita's so cool, but there are no games I want to play on it. I bought it because it's cool, and there's some cool third-party multi-platform things like Minecraft. I really want to play that on the Vita. Little Big Planet, PlayStation Vita. Really want to play that as well because I love Little Big Planet. Mod Nation Racers, I can finally play it. Completely forgot that it came out on Vita. Obviously, this one's the Road Trip edition, but what differences are there? And Rayman Legends. I believe this is the 3rd version of Rayman Legends that I own. It was in a bundle. It was bought with the Vita, I promise. I love my Vita. I love it so much. I think it's one of my favorite consoles purely from a coolness perspective. But yeah, that's that. Then second to last, which you may be wondering, second to last, but there's no more games on this shelf. Shh, you're gonna spoil the surprise. Second to last is my Switch. I love my Switch to death. I have a bunch of physical games on there, but just a few highlights of the physical. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. Great. It's a great game. One of my first, I think this was my first game pre-order. I pre-ordered it at Curry's PC World, so I got a tenner off. Way. So I've been playing that on and off for a good little while. When I get stuck in, I get really stuck in. But I don't really have the time at the moment. I'm kind of dedicating that to bigger games. I've been getting really into Persona recently. I know I'm evil. I've never really been the anime game RPG type, but Persona is just so fun. The combat is so satisfying. The gameplay is just fun. So I've done 20 hours, which I know isn't very much. I've beaten the second palace. I've just beaten the second palace. So I'm making my way through it. And yeah, I'm loving it, loving every second. What else have I got? I've got Cult of the Lamb. I love Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb's great. Cult of the Lamb is amazing. I got the physical version because it was cheap on Amazon. And then I bought the physical version because it was cheap on the eShop. And I bought Wallhaven. So Cult of the Lamb physical, it's mainly just kind of a I don't know, just kind of a it's a keepsake. That's the word I'm looking for, because I don't have it physically for Xbox, so I buy it physically for Switch. And they've just announced a definitive edition, like a collector's edition thing. I believe in, I don't know if it's coincidence, but I believe kind of in response to Sony backtracking on their physical games and starting to discontinue them. However, I bought the £125 design works from Lost in Cult, and that was a pre-order, so that's coming in the next few months, which is why I'm waiting to do my book tour until I move, and because I'm also waiting for another art book, but that's beyond the point. I also forgot to make a very specific game known, which is a game that everyone knows I love. But anyway, Call of the Lamb, great. Why did you release a collector's edition so late? I'm gonna probably buy it. Like, the pre-orders are still for another couple months. I'm gonna see if I can get it. If I can't, whatever. But yeah. Anyway, what other things? I've got Super Mario 3D All Stars. I managed to snag that for £45, which is obviously below market price when it was released. It was below retail. And that is just going to go up in value, despite it being one of the most best-selling Switch games, because it was a limited-time release. Everybody wants it, nobody has it. So that's just going to shoot up in price. So I thought, wow, I'm getting that now. I got Sonic X Shadow Generations because I believe Game, which, rest in peace, Game were having their Black Friday prices continue on, and I bought that because I can. I've never really played the 3D Sonic games. I remember playing Sonic 06, had a great introduction. And yeah, it's a good game. It's alright. I struggle to play Sonic games because they're just a bit fast. Shocker. But yeah, struggle to play Sonic games, but I do very much like them. What else? 1-2 Switch, good bit of fun. I don't really play it now, but it's a good bit of fun. Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection, that is just a download code in a box for Black Flag and Rogue, I think. I liked Black Flag. I played it for a good few hours. I haven't played it in a good while, though. So, that's my opinions on that. I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I got that with my Switch. Great game. Great game, 10 out of 10. What else? Mario Party Superstars. I haven't played that properly. I played like one single player match, but obviously that's not how you meant to play it. Not even close. What else? Rocket League. I also got that with my Switch because a friend had it and then they gave it to me. Like, I don't know. I have never played Rocket League. I've never been too interested in Rocket League. So, don't particularly care, if I'm honest. I've got Super Mario Odyssey, which is very, very good. I've beaten it. I'm still working my way through all the other moves. I kind of play it when I get bored. But anyway, I've then got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Love that game. I played that when I was doing my last semester's uni work because that was like the only way I could motivate myself. Like I'd do some work, I'd play a match. I'd do some work, I'd play a match. I'd do some work, I'd play a match. Anyways, then I have The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Great game, amazing game, beating it. My one complaint: why does it just end? Why does it just the moment you kill Ganon, you're just sent back to the menu and you can load to the load point previous. Why do I get nothing for killing Ganon? Like, I guess it kind of doesn't make sense with like having stuff out there if Ganon is dead, but come on, you could have thought of some workaround. Anyways, this brings us back to a DS game, funnily enough. Walk With Me. It is, I believe, a Touch Generations title. It is a step tracker. There are two pedometers in it, and you can track your steps. I bought it because it was cheap on Vinted. Now, I'm going to go through some of my digital games. I've got Life is Strange 2 digitally, and Life is Strange I have the limited edition box set of, which you will have seen, and I didn't talk about for whatever reason. I have Control, the Steelbook, despite the fact I don't have Control on PlayStation yet. I have it on Xbox and I have it on PC. I have it on PC twice. I got it for free off the Epic Game Store, which is what got me to play it and love it. And then I bought the Steam version, the Ultimate Edition, when it became cheap. So there's that. I love a bit of Control. I've got the CD, and I'm waiting. This is the other book that I was saying about. I'm waiting for the Design Works because they did Future Press, who did like a Design Works for it, did a reprint because they discontinued it ages ago, and just haven't. I keep emailing, be like, "Hey, where is it?" And every time it's like, "Oh yeah, it's still gonna be a while." They said early July. It is now mid-July. I hate to be pedantic, but I ordered this in April. It's been 3 months. Give me the bloody book. Anyways, what else? Switch games. Let's have a look through those. My digital ones. Um, I've got Hades. I love Hades. Hades is a good bit of fun. It is such. It's just a good game to like just quickly play a run of. I've never really played roguelikes much, but I do like them. I have Skyrim. I have played far too many hours of that game on Switch, but it's like Zelda. It's like the perfect. I love open world to Switch games. Some of the best Switch games are the open world games. Cassette Boy, great puzzle game. If you like Zelda and you like puzzle games, play Cassette Boy. It's beautiful. Beasties, which I got from a random Switch download code like raffle thing. Haven't played it, but it's like a 3 in a row puzzle game like Candy Crush. Devil May Cry 1, and I believe I've got the others as well, but I can't remember. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. I believe I bought. I can't remember when, but I played a good bit of that as well. Hollow Knight. Loving Hollow Knight at the moment. My one problem is, whenever I play Hollow Knight, I will leave it for a bit because I can't get past a section, and then I will completely forget where I am or what I have to do. So, love Hollow Knight, but Metroidvanias, I try, I fail. Speaking of Metroidvanias, Metroid Dread. Love Metroid Dread. Fuck, is it difficult. And same problem with Hollow Knight. I will get so far into it and then immediately forget what I'm doing. And so when I come back to it, it's a bit harder. I have Portal 1 and 2 from the Companion Collection on here. I will 100% them on Switch. If that is the last thing I do, I will be doing that. I have all 3 Bioshocks. I love Bioshock 1. Don't like Bioshock 2. Bioshock 3 is okay. Bioshock Infinite, I should say. Or Culture Shock, as some of you will insist. You know who you are. Yeah, I like Bioshock Infinite. It's good. It's a good bit of fun. That's all it is. I have not beaten it yet. Then I have Pac-Man Championship Edition Plus. Played a good bit of that. Played it when I'm bored, pretty much. Pretty good. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I play that every so often. Playing racing games on the Switch is not ideal in the slightest, but do very much like that game. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. I got that on sale. It's an alright banana. It's alright banana game. It's alright Super Monkey Ball game. The Talos Principle. The only reason I'm doing my Switch is because I have so many digital games. Just to be clear. Talos Principle. I played the second one a lot, or a bit with a friend. Now the best bit about us, is that me and Andrew. He is a story-focused person. I am a gameplay-focused person. And so the Talos Principle is the perfect game for us. Because there is a bunch of lore, but it's sandwiched between puzzles. And I fucking love puzzle games. I cannot get enough of puzzle games. So we take it in turns to play the puzzles, but for the most part, I'll play the puzzles, and then he does the story stuff. It comes with the caveat that any collectible that I see, I have to interact with, because lore. What is the other game? Viewfinder. Viewfinder is very similar vein to that as well. And yeah, we both love those games. So yeah, we need to play more of those games. We need to beat them. Anyways, I also have Faith. I have played a little bit of Faith, the Unholy Trinity. Haven't played much of it. I want to get back on that grind. My Friend Pedro. It's a good, fun, satisfying game. I played it on Game Pass when it was on Game Pass, and I played a little bit on Switch, and it's alright. Um, Aero, I think it's called. It's a little rhythm game. It's like, it reminds me of like Osu, where it can be seen as like an aim trainer, but for joysticks, I guess. It's a good bit of fun. I've got Namco Museum and Namco Museum Archive Volume 1, which both pretty much have the same games. I don't know why I've got both, but I'm assuming they were cheap. I have Axiom Verge, which I believe came with both 1 and 2. They're like classic Metroidvanias. I'm still trying to work my way through. I bought them because I've heard a lot of good things, so I haven't really got many thoughts on that, unfortunately, but I will update you on my thoughts on that over on the Instagram, I'm sure. I have Dead by Daylight, which I used to play a metric shit ton with one of my friends. We don't talk anymore, though. And yeah, I keep forgetting to invite my current friend who plays Dead by Daylight to play it. Oopsies. Jazz, if for some reason you're watching this, we gotta play Dead by Daylight, gal. Anyways, yeah, I bought Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. That's great. So when I bought Persona 5, I bought the collection. So it was like £20 for Persona 5, 4, and 3. So 5 golden and 3 portable. So I'm making my way through 5 because I've heard it's the most like beginner friendly. It's got the best gameplay, and again, that's all I care about. TBH. So I'm working my way through 5, and I'll work my way back through 4 and 3, especially with the remake of 3 that just came out and the remake of 4 that's coming out. I have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Does not run well on Switch. Did that stop me? No. I also have 10 and 11 on Xbox, I'm pretty sure, which is the One X, which that might be a flex to some. And this is the Switch OLED, which again, maybe a flex to some, not to others. I have all the Doom games, Doom 1 to 3, and Doom 2016. Not Doom Eternal. It's the same as 2016, gameplay-wise, so you girls not interested. I have Boyfriend Dungeon. Unironically, a really good game. I can't fault it. It's a great dungeon crawler. I love it. I have Slime Rancher. I haven't beaten that. I don't even know how you would go about beating that. So that is just sat there. I played it a good amount though, so I've got my money's worth. And I'm pretty sure that is it. So, yeah. Now, I guess Game Gear games, which I completely skipped over. Game Gear, I've got Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, Sonic 2, the Sega like classics trilogy 3-in-1 pack, and a couple other things. Columns, love a bit of columns. I love my Game Gear. The one issue is it doesn't take batteries anymore, so can't really use it. Oh, and my Quest. Now, I will call it the Oculus Quest. I will call her by her maiden name because I fucking hate her husband. I will not call her the Meta Quest under any circumstances. So Oculus Quest. I have an Oculus Quest 2. I love it to death. Loved it to death, I should say. Until Facebook made an update that forced the home environment. Now, I have mine modded. Whoopsies. But it forced the home environment to be your Meta Horizon world. And I'm assuming they changed how it worked because now none of my homebrew environments work. So, whatever. All of my homebrew apps work, which is all I care about. But it just makes it less fun. Like, I have used my Quest less and less and less and less and less because I'm no longer interested. Like, they're slowly trying to make it like an Apple thing. They're slowly trying to make it into an Apple Vision Pro, which is abundantly clear from the most recent update, which changes the UI to basically an Apple Vision Pro. It's not what I want. Why did you change the UI? It was perfectly fine. So those are my opinions on that. I've got Beat Saber. I have Until You Fall, which is a great roguelike, I think it is. I think it's a roguelike. Yeah, because you go through it and then yeah. Anyways, love that game. Pretty good. I'm not gonna go through my Steam games. I might do a separate video for that. I'm not gonna do any video on that because I can't be fucked. But that is, I think, everything. I've got Beat Saber modded. What else have I got? I've got Super Hot VR, which is a great game. Who doesn't know that? I've got Saints and Sinners, the Walking Dead game. I haven't managed to get past the tutorial. Don't know what it is, but something about that game is not working for me. So I have to restart it, I guess. Meh, whatever. Anyways, a much shorter chat than I thought this would be, gang. Look at us go. I think it's because I've other than music, where like I've gone out of my way to get those records. A lot of these I'm kind of collecting for consoles I have rather than collecting games I want for that console. Don't get me wrong. Within collecting games for said console, I am collecting games that I want. But a lot of it is just, oh, I found this in Charity Shop. Oh, that's cool. I'll take that home. I do have a few like cool pieces of trivia, like my copy of video over. My copy of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a Spanish copy from a Spanish CEX because I went to Madrid 2 years ago now, and I wanted a souvenir, so I got a film and I got a game, and I want to start making that a tradition wherever I go to get a film and a game. When I went to Edinburgh, I half did that tradition. I got a game. I got a film. No, I didn't get a game because I went to a game shop, and it was. I won't even say what game shop it is because I'm not here to do that. But it was piled from floor to ceiling with games, but they were just in piles. They weren't put in like shelves or anything. And it was really overwhelming. And you weren't allowed to look at the games yourselves. You had to ask to look at games. So, whatever. But yeah, so that is my game collection. Thank you for coming along on this shorter than originally planned journey. I was expecting this to be about 3 hours, but yeah, if you want me to take a look at a specific game, let me know. If you'd want to see gameplay, let me know. I'm more than happy to play games and put them on YouTube. I could stream again. No one wants that. That's not happening, but I could. And I think that is it. I mean, I've got a few other things that are video game relevant, but they're books, so you can wait until the book tour for that one. So yeah, thank you all for watching once again, or if you're new here, thank you for coming along. Thank you for getting to the hour point. Good on you. And yeah, thank you all for joining me on this returning venture, but a new venture nonetheless. I hope this microphone sounds good. If you've got any tips about using this microphone or the Behringer Euphoria UMC 204 HD, please let me know. I'm gonna have a play about with the audio and see what works, see what doesn't. Try my best. But yeah, thank you all for coming along for the ride, and I will see you for the film tour, which that is going to be so much longer. But to be fair, I thought this was going to be longer, so who knows. But thank you all so much for being here. Happy, I think it's 5 subscribers. I know it's not much, but we wouldn't all be able to go out for dinner without making a reservation, so I consider that a good step. Doing this for a second time, as in doing the whole content creation thing, or YouTube thing, all over again, it's something. I'm glad for it. I'm glad for the fresh start because I don't want any evidence of my old YouTube channel up on the internet, so I privated all the videos and privated the account. Oopsies. But I'm glad I'm trying it again. I have somewhat missed this. So, thank you for tuning in once again. Probably the 3rd time I've said thank you. But thank you for tuning in. There's a 4th time. And I will see you in whatever comes next. I've got a few things planned. A few friend collabs planned, I'm hoping. A few of you will want to come. Oh, a PS3 game that for some reason is over here. Got Bayonetta. We like Bayonetta. I have this over here because it was lit up in front of the little shelf I was talking about. I keep bringing the microphone away from my face. I'm really sorry. But yeah, more things to come in the future. There aren't just collection tours in the plans. I plan to make little short films. I plan to do little competitions with friends. I plan to make little videos with friends. I'd love to bake and cook with friends. Kind of like a parody of Baking with Leighton, I guess. But yeah. Bye? Question mark. There might be some closing thoughts. I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. And again, a 5th time. I'm really good at this. I'll see you when I see you with whatever I see you with. Bye.